Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Riley Foster here, Foster's Custom Steel. Kind of an update on the Mountain House. As you can see, I got my hand railing installed. I'm sure no one will have a problem with that beautiful hand railing coming out of the ceiling, hanging down there. And my sister, Kathy, thank you very much, did such a great job painting and trimming. Her and Paul came over, and man, they did an incredible job. I'll turn the light on here in just a second. Actually, the light coming through the windows pretty good, but yeah, really super good job. Real pleased with it. I'm gonna put another queen size bed right here in this corner, and then we'll have a bifold. Actually, it would be an accordion fold screen that I'm going to make myself. Got to get all my receptacles put back in, or the covers put on them. But while I was here this morning, I got up. Oh my goodness, I come up yesterday. I left at noon. It took me 8 hours for a 4.5 hour trip. Right before Big Walker Tunnel on Interstate 77. 3.5 hours setting in a parking lot. They had an 18-wheeler break down inside the tunnel. They closed it down to one lane, and just as I got up to the tunnel, they closed the tunnel completely. So I got a lot of stuff cleaned up here. A lot of things moved out and put away and put in storage for my brother Randy and sister-in-law Carla can come and pick them up. But I got the living room cleaned out pretty good, and where we took the shelving down that my brother put up, beautiful piece of furniture right there. I think Randy finished that, by the way. Belonged to Riley and Dolores Justice, and they had it in their house for many a year, and Randy finished it and they gave it to him. I think he did an excellent job. So what we did was we took all those shelving off the walls. Randy did a good job putting them up, but they weren't going to do any good. If you're trying to rent out a place, you don't need multiple shelving that someone will put too much of a heavy thing on and break it. So I cleaned all that up, patched all the screw holes, and painted that this morning. My mother loved that picture, so I thought, what a great place to put it, right above the fireplace. So my wife Jennifer and my sisters, well, siblings, but Penny, she wanted to see the house as it's coming along, and you can see the floors. There's enough stuff put away you can actually see the floors. So I'm going to clean this up. I think we're going to have a little bit of a get together this evening with my family. They're all going to come over and sit and talk, and boy, we're going to tell lies about the people that ain't here. Whew. It's going to be bad. So this is just kind of a touch-up or update video on how I touched up that wall. I think it turned out really good. Yeah, not too bad. Now these walls have been sheetrocked and plastered and painted so many years, I was not going to sand it down to where it was smooth. It's an old house, and it's going to stay an old house. So I love the fact, look how thick this wall is. That is 8-inch thick wall right there. So there's 2x6 framing, and then your door casings and stuff. So, and that's throughout the whole house, down on the bottom. Just like the post going up through there. 2x8s, I'm sure, sandwiched together to make that big beam. And the same in here. Look how thick that is. I got a span of about 8 inches on my hand right there, and I'm barely touching the outsides. Really cool, well-built house. So again, in here, we moved a bunch of stuff out, got that table back against the wall so I can actually have some walk-around room. But Jennifer, you can come up with me next time and we'll have a place to sleep and start working on the house. I'm hoping, I wouldn't mind renting it out to a couple of people, maybe in the fall of the year. And we'll see how that goes. It may be the first of next year. I don't know. We're not going to get in a hurry. I still got to do an enormous amount of work out back. And hold on, I'll walk out there and go ahead and include that wall that I'm working on in this video. So hold on one second. So hey, right now would be a great time to like, share, comment, give me a thumbs up, and get me some new subscribers. You guys share these videos. I think I'm knocking on about 800 subscribers. The more I reach, the better it is. So anyway, this is that rock wall I'm starting to tear out, and some of these rocks, that rock right there, trick sliding that over there without battering up the side of the house. But that little excavator, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I like that thing. It is one really good working tool. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm digging all these rocks out of here, and I've got to dig back enough to put the rocks back in place and then backfill behind them. So it's going to be a long process, but once I get it done, all of this will be dried up in here. And by the way, they had heavy rains here this past week. All of that water, you can see where it washed out. I've been digging here, but all of this was washed out, and every bit of it stayed away from the house. So I'm gonna put a couple of these big rocks over here, because they'll be the ones going back first, and that way I don't have to go digging for them up at the top. So that way, yeah, all that water, and they had substantial amount of water, because not only was everything wet, the grass was all washed over, and all this was washed down. And see, I laid this old cheap rake over here last week, and you can see how the water backed up on it, or the mud's backed up on it. So that's good. That water all stayed away from my house and the foundation. So that's gonna be a big mess. But I believe, dude, this guy right here, I am so glad we were able to get this. I've got a bunch of ditches in North Carolina to also do. But it sure beats pick and shovel and trying to move these rocks by hand. I'd be here for 6 or 8 months trying that, and I don't have that kind of time. So, and it doesn't tear up too bad. Once I get out of here with it, well, probably next month or so. Hopefully I'll be done in a month. Because see, I got to take every bit of that rock wall out and the dirt in behind it, so I can put the rocks back and then build up at the top to keep that water from washing all that away. So that's what I've been doing for the last days, working in the house and a little bit out here. I'm gonna work out here a little bit more today, and then I'm gonna knock off, enjoy my family and some company coming by. You guys remember to give thanks and have a great day.